Hello, Altane here of TPK Feng Shui and Design. I help people create inspiring, rejuvenating places to live and work through Feng Shui and design. And today's vlog is a Feng Shui Friday vlog. So it's a Feng Shui tip that I'm going to share with you that you may not have realized has anything to do with Feng Shui. But today I want you to work on embodying your desires. So what do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to give you a tip. One way to do just that in your space. And your space is this fantastic testing ground for how you feel and your ability to shift how you feel simply by shifting something about your space. So I want you to take the intention that you set earlier this week, that desired feeling that you had. And if you missed those short vlogs, you can go back to the vlogs from earlier in the week, where we set those intentions and we got really clear on how it is that you wanted to feel this week, this holiday week, as things maybe looked different and things came up for you. So presence, how you want to feel right now. And say it was for connection to the people around you. That's one of the intentions that I set for this week. And I want you to think of one thing. So I want you to presence the intention that you had, whatever feeling it was that you had. It might be helpful to close your eyes and take a few nice deep breaths. And bring to mind a feeling that you want to have right now, this week, with your loved ones or the people around you, in your space. How do you want to feel? And now that you've presenced that feeling, I want you to bring to mind something that you own that makes you feel that way, a physical object. I had a desire for connectivity. I wanted to feel connected to my loved ones, to my family, to the people around me this week. So I want to bring to mind something in my physical space, something I own, that makes me feel that connection with the people around me. So pause the video if you need to and bring to mind something that reminds you of that feeling that you want to have. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, and I'll give you the example that came to mind for me. I have two different things that I thought of that make me feel connected, that remind me of that connectivity that I want to have with the people around me. And one of those things was this light up globe that I own, which you may have heard me talk about before because I love it. And for me, it represents that connection with the people, the interconnectivity of all people, really. And what I want you to do when you think of the thing that reminds you of the way you want to feel is the next time that you are at home, which might be right now for some of you, or it might be this weekend or early next week for those of you who are traveling for Thanksgiving, I want you to make some space, some physical space for that object. I want you to make some physical space around that object. And what do I mean by that? Oftentimes, the things that you love that represent the way that you want to feel are crowded. They are surrounded by things that you actually might not love all that much. And when that is the case, you'll see this play out in your life. I'm using my example of connectivity. If the object that really represents that deep connection that I want, if it has a lot of clutter around it, distraction around it, which is really what clutter is, then I will probably be feeling distracted from this desire that I have, from this connection that I want to feel. It will feel hard to achieve that connection because of all the distraction that I have around that desired feeling. It will feel like there's too much going on around me, and there's actually too much going on around that physical object for me to focus on the way that I really want to feel. And this is why sometimes it's really difficult to feel the ways that we want to feel because our space is not supporting the way that we want to feel in that way. So when you're ready to shift a few more things about your space and allow you to see and pay attention to your desires, then be sure to sign up for the free challenge that I'm hosting at the end of the month. It starts the last day of November. It's a fantastic way to begin to shift your space in baby steps to allow more joy and space as we approach the holiday season. And who couldn't use a bit more spaciousness and joy physically and mentally as we approach that season?